Hi, everybody. I'm Bhakti, and I think I met some of you last week. And hi, Ugintira. Welcome to the webinar for today. Hi, Joylene. I think we have, oh, wow. Okay, so we have more and more people joining us. Hi, Shreya. So, everyone, today, the topic for today is 5 activities that you must do at home. Now the topic is as with your kids, but I know there are a lot of students here as well. So okay, everyone can hear and see me. Hi Jasnoor, hi Dhruv. A lot of usual names and not faces, but a lot of usual names. Really happy to join all of you. Once again, my name is Bhakti, and the topic for today is 5 activities that you can do at home with your kids. And since there are a lot of students here, let me also spin it another way. 5 activities that you can do together as a family at home. Now we are all in a lockdown. Everybody knows that. There's nowhere to go. There's not much else to do except for maybe TV and social media. So, what I did is I put together 5 activities that I think will add a lot of value and fun to your daily routine. So let's get started. The first activity that I highly recommend all of you should do at home together is gardening. I have tried this myself. Now, I don't think I have a green thumb. I don't think that everything I grow or plant grows well, but it's worth a shot because gardening can be very therapeutic. So whether you have a large terrace or you just have a balcony or you have a smaller space at home, space is not so much of a constraint. So when I say gardening, don't imagine that you have to have a lot of area and a lot of place in your house, etc. I'm sure most of us already have potted plants at home. It is very easy to start a small a little project as a family where you say, why don't we plant some spinach or mint or tomatoes or green chilies, grow your own food. That doesn't mean you start farming at home. That's hard. It'll take some time, but you can definitely start off with some easy vegetables that you can grow at home. It's a great activity because not only does it give you a sense of accomplishment, because imagine growing your own tomatoes or own spinach or your own mint that you're using in the food that you cook at home. It's healthy because it does not have pesticides. You are responsible for it, so there's a tremendous sense of accomplishment that you have grown it together as a family. It also engages all your senses, so it's encouraging you to work with mud. You get your hands dirty. You have to be responsible because you have to plant, you have to water the plant every day, making sure that you're not overwatering it. You have to do some amount of research too for what you're about to grow. If you have coriander seeds at home, you can plant those too, and grow some coriander. And corianders become very expensive, by the way, so that's a tip. It also encourages a sense of understanding of scientific concepts, like how much sunlight does a plant need. Some of the things that you read in your textbooks, maybe about photosynthesis and other concepts. Watching them come to life and actually seeing it in front of your eyes is a very different experience. And last but not the least, growing your own vegetables or any plant, right? Doesn't have to be a vegetable. It makes you patient, okay? And it teaches you that you have to wait for some good things in life. So when you start working hard towards a project or you invest your time in something, don't expect instant results. Patience is good, it is a virtue, and good things come to those who wait. So that's my tip number 1: grow, garden. All right. The second activity that I would really recommend, and this is one of my favorites, is cooking. Okay, cook together as a family. Now you're at home. Yes, Vishwesh, I'm not Sangeeta George, I'm Bhakti Shah, and I'm sorry to disappoint you. I did a webinar last week and I'm back here today, and you will be seeing a little bit more of me as well. Okay, coming back to my second activity, which is cooking. Cooking can be a lot of fun. Look, you're at home right now. Now, just because you're at home doesn't mean that you can just sit around all day and watch TV. I mean, mothers, you need to get your family involved. You need to get your husband involved. You need to get your kids involved. Come together as a family and plan your meals. How about this, right? Plan your dinner menu. Okay, so there are steps that can happen every day. You have a plan where somebody is deciding the menu for the day. Okay, somebody is actually making sure that the ingredients are there, and then the chopping and the prepping of the vegetables. If you have younger kids at home, make them peel peas, right? Or just do simple things like kneading dough. And then the actual cooking, which can be supervised by the super chef mom or dad at home. Then laying out and serving the food. And last but not the least, Instagramming about it. Because how cool is it when you have actually made something as a family? It's so much fun to Instagram and talk about it, right? That you cook together as a family. Again, cooking together as a family creates this sense of course, teamwork, because you're three, four, five people together, trying to make it work. So it's a lot of fun because, you might burn a roti or a vegetable, or you might not know how to chop. That's fine. You will learn. It's important to learn how to cook because, when you grow older or when you go to college, it's a very important life skill. You need to learn how to cook for yourself to survive. So mothers, fathers, parents, and kids, remember that cooking is a very critical life skill, just like confidence and just like public speaking and everything else that we've spoken about before. So cook together, come together as a family, plan a meal. You can do it a couple of times a week. You could do it every day if everybody enjoys it. And last but not the least, once you've done it, don't forget to clean up. That's also a responsibility that you need to allocate to someone. So I'm just going to repeat the first and the second activities. The first activity was gardening or growing vegetables. Some of the easy vegetables that you can grow at home could be mint, spinach, tomatoes, green chilies, a lot of different such vegetables. You can also Google it. And then the second one was cooking. The next activity that I want to talk about, which is very interesting, is a family vision and gratitude board. Okay, family vision and gratitude board. Now, how many of you heard of what a family vision or a gratitude board is? Can I just quickly get a yes if you heard of what a family vision or a gratitude board is? A vision board? Anybody's heard of a vision board? Yes, no, vision board, guys, not heard of it? Okay. Dhimant, what do you do if your dad only wants you to study and do nothing else? I'll talk to you about that one. I'll take it up. Okay, so nobody's heard of a vision board. All right. So this is a very interesting, got it, guys. This is a very interesting concept. Okay. What it does is imagine all the things that you are thankful for and all the things that you want for your life. Okay, so you could use a chart paper, you could use a cloth, you could use any surface. Okay, please don't paint on your walls. You could use some chart paper, regular paper, cloth, and then do cutouts of all the things that you imagine and dream of for yourself. So imagine you have a list of places that you've never visited. Okay, so for example, I really want to visit Paris next year when this lockdown is over and when international travel is allowed. I really want to visit Paris. Okay, I want an XYZ car for myself by 2021. But it's not just about materialistic things. How about things like, I really hope that I can control my anger, right? I'm a calmer person next year. So all the things that you dream of, that you really want in your life, and all the things that you're grateful for, you can do cutouts of it from the magazine or from the newspaper. Find clippings, interesting clippings that match your dream. How about your dream college? I really wish that I could study in IIT, for example, or I want to study in IIM. Have cutouts. Okay, do these things and then put it on a vision board and put it up proudly in your rooms. Trust me, A vision board and a gratitude board has a lot of power because every day you are looking at something that you want, that you're achieving. It's not a dream, it's there in front of your eyes. It's great motivation. You get up in the morning and you're like, I'm going to work this year on getting better grades in math, or I'm going to work this year on being a more responsible person, or I am going to work this year so hard and get those results that I promised my parents that they take me, to Paris next year, or wherever, right? I want to visit Disneyland, whatever it is. So, guys, a vision board and a gratitude board, both, because it's not just about what you want, it's about what you already have as well. It's about being grateful. I'm grateful for my family. So, put up a family picture. I'm grateful for my friends. I'm grateful for my good health. So, the third activity is a gratitude and a vision board. So imagine a chart paper or a piece of cloth, split it into two. You have the gratitude section and you have the vision section. And that's where what you have and what you want to achieve, right? So these are the two aspects. So that's the third activity. First activity was gardening or cooking gardening or growing some vegetables or plants in your house. The second activity that you can do at home is cooking as a family together. The third activity is a gratitude and a vision board. Okay. And now let's go on to the next activity. The next activity is, I will just tell you, an indoor physical activity or a mindfulness activity. Now, how many of you work out? Okay. How many of you work out at home? I don't know if you do any physical activity in terms of exercise, etc. I'm not sure if you're doing that, but some of us have those, as a part of our daily routines. Some of us don't. I think in our family, some people will be lazy. Some people will be more motivated that they'll get up in the morning and they'll do some yoga or they'll do some pranayam, they'll do some exercises. Great. I think a lot of you do, workouts at home. That's fantastic. So if you do that, how about you have a active, you do this together as a family. So imagine right now nobody is going anywhere. You are not traveling to school, you're not traveling to work, you're not commuting anywhere. So how about using that time, get up early in the morning or in the evening, you can have like a 30-minute time set aside where you're all doing one activity together. It could be a pranayam, it could be meditation, it could be just squats, it could be a plank challenge. Make it fun. I'm sure you kids will really get a kick out of challenging your parents to do some difficult physical activities like a plank or whatever. Vishwesh, no, I'm not seeing them from Google, but I have written them down on a Word document. So I am referring to that. So if you don't mind, because I'm not a computer, so I won't remember exactly all the points. But yes, these are the activities that I'm passionate about that I really thought would be helpful. So I put them together on a Word doc. If that answers your question, Vishwesh, I just answered your question. All right. Okay. So I think, working out together is a great way of coming together as a family. And this is, also meditation. In this time right now, all of us are quite stressed out. Okay. We are, grappling with a lot of, difficult scenarios and situations around us. And it is really important to keep our calm and cool, which is why as a family, it's very important to just come together and practice a few minutes of silence. Just try that. Come together. Maybe someone in your family has a temper, maybe you have a temper. It's a great idea that instead of sort of advising people that calm down, don't get angry, just come together and just meditate together. I think that would also really help you come together as a family, and it's a great activity to do. It gives you a lot of peace and silence, because we are constantly either watching TV or talking, and constantly our minds are running. So try peacefulness and silence together as a family. Okay, that would be great. And last but not the least, Vishwesh, I am going to refer to my last activity, which is game night. Okay, I think game night is an absolute fun thing to do. It's a concept which is quite American. So I have lived in the States for a few years, and I used to have a lot of game nights with family and friends, and I found that that was a great way to come together. So what you can do right now is, say, if you have tab at home, or if you have even Scrabble, Monopoly, if you don't have any of these board games at home, try just try Pictionary. Try How about dumb charades? I love dumb charades, right? So it's a lot of fun to come together as a family, make two teams out of it, right? Like mom's team, dad's team, and or mom and dad on one team and the kids on one team, and you come together as a family and you play these games. Each night, instead of having a 2-hour TV time, how about having a 30-minute game time? And put your video games aside. In fact, maybe 2 nights a week, you can get your parents to play video games with you. Parents, why don't you experience a couple of video game nights with your kids? It's fun. They are fun games. So play PUBG, go ahead as a family, no issues. Have certain games every day that you can play together for 30 minutes as a family. It could be a lot of fun. So I'm just going to summarize. What about Netflix night? I think every night is a Netflix night, guys. So please, Vishwesh, every night is a get Netflix night. Yeah, Uno. Nishit, I love Uno. Uno is fantastic. Uno is a lot of fun. I remember as a kid, my sister used to cheat a lot in Uno and beat me all the time, and I always wondered how does she get all the draw twos and the draw fours. But she did, because she used to send me to get some water for her, and then when I used to come back, she used to just take all the good cards. So she did that to me. Yeah, like these older siblings, I tell you. So Netflix, okay, yes, Ishanveer, you can watch Netflix, but that's up to your parents how much Netflix they allow you to watch. So I am going to summarize the activities. All right. One great, really interesting game, which I don't know how many of you know of, Catan. 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 Okay, it's an amazing strategy game. It's a board game. It's brilliant. It's probably one of the best board games ever. Okay, so I don't know if you have it. There's an online version available of it, but the physical version of it is so much more fun. So Catan, Catan. Yes, business is also fantastic. Monopoly is great. So I think all of you are very, very interested in games. And you know what? Games are fun. Play them. They teach you teamwork. They teach you strategy. They teach you, sometimes just letting things go and letting someone else win too. Or then they bring out an absolute competitive spirit in some people. So, well, that's my few tips for today. So gardening, cooking, affirmation and gratitude board. So I'll tell you what the gratitude and vision board is. I'll tell you what that is. The fourth activity I forget was, yes, the physical activity and the mindfulness activity, and the fifth activity was game night. Okay. I think a lot of your questions about the vision board and the gratitude board, I have read a lot of different comments on that. What is a vision board? What does vision mean? Vision means, what is it that you see? Vision is seeing, right? What is there in front of your eyes? So what is it that you imagine for your life? What do you want for yourself? What college you want to go to? What profession you want to get into? Where do you see yourself? What kind of house do you see yourself living in? For older people, what kind of a car do you aspire for? Or then just simple things like next year, I just hope that I get selected for the student exchange program, right? So things like that. Or I wish that I rank in my competitive exams. So whatever your vision is, put it up on a board, okay, with cuttings from magazines, cuttings from newspapers. Put it up in your room. And then there is the gratitude board. The gratitude board is again the same concept, but not what you want, but what you're already thankful for what you have, your family, your friends, the house you live in, the way your parents are, your siblings. So everything that means so much to you and that you're thankful for, put that up. Okay, your pet, or the school that you go to, or your teachers. Just put that up and remind yourself every day that you have a lot to be grateful for. Okay, but there is so much more to be worked upon. So that's what a vision and a gratitude board is, right? A lot of you are saying you love reading. Okay, Dhimant, yes, this is the second time you're saying your dad only wants you to study. Why don't you ask your dad to maybe attend some of our webinars? And through a lot of our webinars that we do, we keep talking about the different things that you should do and why you should do different things. Studying is good, but studying is not everything. It depends on where you are right now in life. Dimant, if you're in grade 12 and you are preparing for a competitive exam, maybe your dad is right that you should spend more time on studying. So I can't comment on whether your dad is right or wrong. So yeah, I can't do that, but maybe you want him to come and attend some of our webinars. Tanmay wants me to take his name. Tanmay Agarwal, hello. I hope you're doing well. All right. So, guys, thank you very much for attending today's webinar, and I hope you got some tips, parents and students, on what you can do. Hasani, my parents are never interested in playing any games. Okay, Isha, again, same thing. Parents having a work from home. Parents, if you're listening in, right? I don't think, look, I work from home too. I don't think it's too hard to take out like 30 minutes in a day to spend some time with your children and do a fun activity with them. All right. It's not very hard to do that. So, you might be more tempted to maybe just sit in front of the television and watch your favorite program, or just have a cup of tea and relax and, read a book. But these family activities are a lot of fun, and trust me, once you start them, they become a tradition. It's a great time to establish new traditions for your family and new activities, new habits. So parents, you also need to wake up from that slumber of routine and spend some time with your kids at home now more than ever. What is Catan? Lokeshwar, yes, Catan. Google it. Catan. Catan is a really interesting game, but you can play it online too. Right now, I don't think anybody's going to deliver anything to your house. Okay. Hema, my child plays mobile games all the time. Hema, that's what I'm saying. I mean, for parents who are really struggling with getting their kids off the mobile phone, off the iPad, I think you need to start introducing some unique activities. Like I just said, you start by doing a couple of activities that they are interested in. Ask them, could you play a game with them? Show interest in what they are doing, and then also get them to reciprocate in some activities that you propose. So if your child, for example, in cooking, how do you involve your child in cooking? So if they love pasta, most kids like pasta or whatever it is, but say your kid loves pasta, get him involved in cooking pasta. Say, okay, you like pasta, you're going to boil the pasta, or you're going to chop these vegetables for me and I'll make your favorite pasta. So, get them involved slowly. You can't enforce activities. If you enforce these, they become chores, and then the whole point is lost. You're not there to force them, you're there to get them to do it with a lot of interest and fun. Okay, so don't make these chores. You don't have to do every one of these. You can pick the activities that are most liked by your family. Sit down together, have a discussion and say, hey, how about if we cook today together? Or how about let's just do dumb charades tonight, right? 30 minutes, let's play dumb charades. I really want to know if some of you end up doing that. Write into us, email us. I would love to know if you have tried any of these activities at home. It'll be so much fun. And yeah, the registration link, guys, for tomorrow is here. It's right here on the top. If you see, I can't answer your questions on what kind of workouts you can do because I'm not qualified to do that. So Google, okay, guys, now I think you need to get on to another activity for your day, and I'm going to log off. And Sangeeta will be here tomorrow to talk to you about tips for profile building. It's a very interesting session on what you can do at home to build your profile, to make it college ready, and to have better admission chances. All right. Thank you so much. It was great once again, talking to all of you. And send in your questions. I cannot take every question you ask, so send in your questions. And, Changa fir agli baar. Yes, Changa fir agli baar. And send in your questions, and we will see you guys soon. Bye.